What's up, doll collectors, hobbyists, fabs, and besties? I'm Toya, an adult doll collector. Welcome to my miniverse. I got a few new dolls, and we are totally checking them out today. So put on your shoes, and let's head to Five Below. Wait, what? Just joking. I already went, and they had a nice size Wicked display. Here's an Elphaba crochet kit and a Glinda crochet kit. On the back, you can see everything that is included, like a crochet hook, a needle, fluff, plastic eyes, yarn, and embroidery thread. And there are instructions. In my brain, I can do this. When will I have the time? I don't know. And they got posters. I often use posters as backdrops. This one is a little over 22 inches across. At the top, we can see Glenda and Elphaba, and in the center it says, "You'll be changed wicked for good." And at the bottom, there's like a good 20 inches of a scene. So you know what that means. Let's grab a piece of poster board and glue on the poster for an instant backdrop. I added a few artificial plants around the bottom for a little dimension. I also picked up a glitter phone case, a phone wristlet. It has beads and one-sided plastic charms. I do wish it was finished on both sides. But here they are together, so what do you think? They also had a BFF bracelet set. We get some gold-colored charms here that we could remove and add to the wristlet. I do have a tiny bit of concern that the metal might hit my screen, so I have to be careful. While I was at Five Below, I found these little mini purses. Not really Wicked related, but it's pink. It was priced at $3, but they had a little promo going, so it was 2 for $5. I also saw them in white and blue. They might be a little large for 1/6 scale, like Barbie, but perfect for a smart doll. Oh wow, the little mini Ozian figures can fit inside. And I can attach this to my real bag and have one with me at all times. Maybe we can attach the BFF bracelet with 2 jump rings, or feed it through the openings on the sides to make it a Glinda purse. But now we need to see what it looks like with a doll. Thanks to my Fabsome bestie on Instagram, I'm a Dolly Girl, I was able to find Dorothy from Wicked, priced around $25. This doll comes with Toto. Swept away by a tornado to the land of Oz, this farm girl with a great deal of gumption and her dog Toto must find a way back home. Out of the box, this doll has brownish red hair with a center part, styled into 2 braids, with hair elastics on the ends, and white ribbon that looks to be sewn onto the hair. Wait, is it really just sewn onto the hair? Yep. It would have been nice if it was attached to the elastic. This doll has blue eyes, a pink lip color, is not pixelated, wears a blue and white dress with a white collar that is sewn to it and ribbon at the neckline, puff sleeves with elastic on the ends. There are 2 straps that come down in the front with printed buttons. The fabric appears to be cut and singed, then has an inner stitch going around the edge. The top of the dress is fitted and comes to a V, then has a skirt with pleats in the front attached to the bottom. There are printed details at the bottom of the skirt, it velcros in the back, there are no pleats, and it's all one piece. She has white fabric socks and silver glittery heels. She comes with a brown basket and a plastic brown dog where the head can move. I think the dog is kind of cute and a little more realistic than the dogs we are used to seeing with Barbie. The doll can move at the head, shoulder, elbow, wrist. Her hands are positioned differently. She can move at the hip and bend at the knee. The dress feels pretty sturdy, the fabric is smooth, and I like the basket. I also picked up the Wizard, who was also priced around $25. Shrouded by the grandeur of his Emerald City, his royal Ozness is the mysterious figurehead of Oz. I love that Wicked is giving us some older dolls. First, Madame Morrible, and now the Wizard. He is articulated like Dorothy, has sculpted hair in shades of gray, facial hair, brown eyes. I can totally see the actor Jeff Goldblum. He comes dressed in a long coat with green lapels that are hemmed. There's a floral pattern going all the way down the front, printed cords and tassels on the sides. and green cuffs at the bottom of the sleeves. Unfortunately, his vest is sewn to the coat. There are gold plastic chains sewn to the front. I do like the pattern on the vest, and it does Velcro in the front. There are printed details at the top, and his collar is not hemmed. He wears solid green pants, similar to what we sometimes see on a Ken doll. They Velcro in the back. He wears green shoes with sculpted details, and comes with a green and brown cane. One hand is curled a little more than the other, and it is possible to balance him to stand. I am very happy they made the wizard. However, I would have loved if the vest and the coat were two separate pieces, but that's just me. Y'all, I've been staring at this Glinda for a minute, and I went ahead and got it. Here is the best witch of all, Glinda, in her bubble, which is a plastic cover in the packaging. There are little butterfly cutouts. Originally priced around $80, I picked her up on sale for $55. She comes wearing a plastic hair comb that looks like flowers. She has a side part with the top pulled back, translucent earrings, a necklace with a butterfly. Her dress is a soft pink with an intricate neckline. I think it looks really nice with the sash going across the front, tulle on the sleeves, foil detail. There's a plastic flower attached to the side. But at this price point, personally, I would have loved if it was made of fabric. The top is separate from the skirt and it Velcros in the back. She has a full skirt that is 2 layers. The top layer is sheer with glitter dots, and the bottom layer is like a lining. The skirt stops above the ankle, and her shoes have a pearlescent finish. And of course, she has her wand. She has the same articulation as Dorothy. I think this is a pretty look on Glinda, and I was happy I was able to get it on sale. And here's a quick look at the art inside the box. But what about the bag? Since Glinda has a curled hand, she can hold the bag. Compared to the doll, it's a pretty large bag. But I've seen some pretty large designer bags, and I think if you really wanted to, you could totally get away with it. Find a fabric with a similar color to throw inside. I made a little pocket and then added some rectangles of packaging to flatten out the sides, so the bag is no longer see-through. Look at Glinda walking around with her designer Ozian bag. Since I got mine 2 for $5, this is a $2.50 bag. Well, a little more if you count the charms. Oh yeah, and the Glinda doll came with the doll stand. Tap to bubble. Oh, that's cute. When I was at Five Below, I also picked up this pack of scrunchies. For $5, we got 4 scrunchies. One is a green velvet with a little emblem, a black sparkly scrunchie. It's kind of a thin net, almost see-through fabric, a sequin scrunchie, and this green Oz satin scrunchie, which I loved. I want to turn this into doll pajama pants. So I carefully open it up at the seam, and let's take the elastic. Let's save it to use for the top. I cut the fabric right past the tag, fold it in half, cut it again, giving me 2 pieces that are about 8 inches long. Carefully flip them inside out, stack them matching up the raw edges at about 2.5 inches from the top. I cut a little bit of a J shape. You know what? 2.25 inches probably would have been better, but too late for that now. I'm gonna completely open up each piece so the fabric is flat. Using my sewing machine, I zigzag stitch my raw edges to stop them from fraying, fold over and hem the bottom of each pant leg, then take them and match up the curves on one side, you know, that little J shape that we cut, and sew a straight stitch along the curve. Let's fold over and hem the top. If you have enough space, you can feed the elastic through on the end, or we can just sew it on with a zigzag stitch while pulling it. I put my elastic on the inside. I stitched it on the ends after making sure it can fit around the doll's hips. Now we just need to match up the other end, you know, the J shape, and sew a line. Then grab the bottom of the pant legs, pull them in opposite directions, matching up the raw edges, and sew a straight line. Flip them inside out to make some comfy pajama pants. Let us know what you think about these wicked dolls in the comments down below. And if they're a buy or a pass. Thank you for joining us for Wicked and Five Below. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to ring the bell and follow us on Instagram and YouTube at MyFroggyStuff and Bella of MyFroggyStuff on Instagram. And we will see you next time. Bye!